Hi, it's Chris from Wilson Wildlife Sculpture. This video is going to show a new tool review by Micromark. They make a very innovative tool here. It is the Micromark Brush Cam right here. I'm going to demonstrate how to use it on these hummingbird sculptures carved in wood. I also use metal, and they're painted with acrylics and oils. I'll be demonstrating with acrylics in this demonstration. But this is a very innovative tool. Micromark makes precision tools for model makers, for artists, sculptors, and on their front cover they have the Micromark Brush Cam, featured because it is an awesome tool. So I'm going to demonstrate that, and there's a lot to it here. And it's for very, very fine detail work, and basically you'll be able to see your work better. It attaches to the end of the paintbrush. Okay, and 3 brushes are supplied here in the kit, and these are this is a 15-aught, and this is these are all very fine detailers. And they're good synthetic brushes, and this is going to be able to record your work because you download an app on either your phone or tablet or computer, iPad, which I'm going to show, and you can actually look at you can magnify what you're painting 10 times higher, so that you can see your details. So if you have a hard time seeing, wear glasses like me, I also wear magnifiers like this, but it's kind of tiring to put over the head. This tool works really, really well. It uses Wi-Fi technology to wirelessly broadcast a video image, which comes in like in a circle, pictured here, and it will give you, like I said before, up to 10 times magnification at the very tip of your paintbrush, and that's real time. You can record it and take pictures. It's basically an extension of your paintbrush because the camera is here. You can hold it. You can hold the camera separately. It's going to move a little bit like this, but I will demonstrate and give my review here. You can increase and decrease the magnification by moving the camera closer to or farther away from the tip of your paintbrush. Okay, so this will come off, and they have nice little settings in here. I'll show that in a second. It's very versatile and flexible, so you can use it in numerous ways. You can use it in confined spaces to illuminate what you're doing. These are tiny little small hummingbirds. Are very hard to carve and paint this size. So seeing that magnification is going to work great. Regardless how you use it, the brush gives an hour and a half of brush time. You charge it basically for an hour, and at the end of the video, if you want to check Micromark tools, you can. In fact, you can get 10% off if you mention my name at Micromark. And they have very, very cool tools in this catalog here, but you can see them online at micromark.com. So let me demonstrate a little bit here. First of all, the brush itself, it comes with a little Allen wrench here, so you can take it off like this, and the brush comes off. It's got nice protection for the very tip of the paintbrush. Look how small that brush is, that tip. Very, very small. So that helps. So you just put that back in. You can take it out. You can put a bigger one in. I got the smallest little brush in now because I got small detail on these hummingbirds. And same thing with the camera itself. Okay. So easy to slide out. It's got a cap like this. You turn it on by pressing this small little button for 2 seconds. Let me put it back on together here. So it goes in here, and little Allen wrench. It's nice they gave you a little extra, a little set key. They gave you 3 of them here. So you need one here, and I guess in case you lose one of those, you have the 3rd here as extra part. And each paintbrush has the cap, which I just took off. Here is the charger. You charge it, basically plug it in like you charge your cell phone. Okay, and plug it in the wall, make sure it's all the way in. And like I said, just charge it for an hour, and you get an hour and a half of time. It does get a little bit warm using, but I got it full charge here, so we'll give that a try. Don't need to charge it. I do need to show you my iPad though, because I'm going to illuminate that as I'm doing detail painting. So in illuminating that, let me show you. First you download an app, and then you got to actually go to your Wi-Fi settings after you download the app at the App Store, and it explains very good directions here. While I'm doing this, I'll just say that when I first received it, it did have a problem and didn't light up. I think it was the bulb broke or something in the shipping, and so it was defective. But Micromark was very professional. They sent me a new one out, and it paid for shipping, for the return of it and the shipping. So I mean, that kind of thing happens with tools. It's nice to have a company, they're based in New Jersey, that will back their tool and send a new one out. So go to settings here, and I go to the Wi-Fi. You can do this on your phone, or you could do it on your a tablet. I'm using an iPad here, and I'm going to ask to join a different network. Let's see. I got to turn the thing on here, so it'll prompt me to go to that network. So again, holding it for a couple seconds, and so when this light here, you can see it's working. When it's charging, there's a red light back here, so it'll light up. But it's on, it's working. So, and that prompts me to go to the Wanshan network. So I hit that. It does say it's an unsecured network, and I researched that. You have no internet connection when you do this, by the way. But I researched that's a non-safe or non-secure network, and it seemed like the app was good, and there was not any problems with spying or whatever, whatever these, all these technology finds on you here. So, so I joined the network, and then I go to the app. So I go to this Wi-Fi visible app, and here it is. Let me put it here so you can see it, because I'm going to try to show it on the screen here. See if you can see that. It's going to basically be in that circle there. I have some paints here from Minimum Acrylics. These are from Spain. This is a nice acrylic. 2 sets here, chromatic wheel. 1 is warm, chromatic teal. 2 is the cool colors. And that's what I'm going to use. I use a little flow medium with them. You could, they're water-based. You could use alcohol too. So I'm just going to paint a little bit of detail here. And what I used in my paints, this is so really small, I'm going to use an empty pill bottle. And there's my paint already loaded up there. Okay, that keeps it nice and sealed, and I can load my brush up here very carefully. Actually, I'm going to use a second brush because this camera's kind of in the way. And let's see if I can find the other brush here real quick. Yeah, I'll use this brush. Just moisten a little bit with some water. I'm going to load this brush up. This is a much bigger brush here I'm showing. But that's my palette. And yeah, let's see if I can't get it to work here. So we're going to hit start. I'm going to get the camera a little closer so you can see all this. Okay, see what I'm doing here. Hopefully that'll be close enough. So I'm going to hit start. And we're going to see if I can't paint some of the flower detail. You see the detail there, how it's broadcasting it much larger? And if I get super close, it gets 10 times larger. So I'm going to just paint some of that. Now when I move the camera, it becomes unsteady a little bit. But I am right on top of what I'm doing. So yeah, there's details of the actual flower, which is, you know, very, very small. It's like less than 1/2 of an inch. And then I'll show you details of the hummingbird. I'm not going to paint the hummingbird, but you can see the hummingbird large. It's a good way to see the bird is with the brush cam. I can get a little bit farther out. I notice you got to have a pretty steady hand here. Okay, but it's a good way to see your work. I'm projecting it. Yeah, I think easily more than 10 times, especially if I get close. And I'm seeing some detail that, you know, I can do better. And this is a very, very small hummingbird. It's, yeah, less than 1 inch, like 3/4 of an inch. And I also have a female hummingbird here. Let's see if this one's any better. So it's great to see detail. Yeah, I like the detail on this one a little bit better. She's on the nest here. So hopefully you can see that detail. Maybe a little bit closer here. And then here's the brush. Okay, and I was just adding the lines like this. Okay, just a little bit of the orange down there. And there is the app, and you can see on the tool how I was broadcasting it. Okay, so I was pointing at the paints there. Now I'm pointing at the hummingbird. If I want to take a picture, let me set the camera here for a second. If I want to take a picture of what I'm doing, you can hit a photo mode and go, let's see, let me get a better view of it here. A little challenging to work it to start with. Okay, well it's gone a different format, but you get the gist. It's you know, it's a very innovative tool by Micromark, and I like it so far. It's going to take a little more practice to use. I might use the camera and hold it so it's not moving around, because when I move the brush, it tends to you know, move the camera as well, and that makes it a little more challenging. But visit Micromark, micromark.com, and yeah, you'll be impressed with their tools here, like their brush cam. And thanks for subscribing and watching this video.